Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Maria Bonita, your tapping practitioner for today. And today we're looking at the question of, can EFT tapping help for anxiety? The short answer is a resounding 100% yes. It can definitely help. There's a few layers to this, so we're going to unpack it briefly and we're going to take you through a little sequence so you can feel it for yourself and judge for yourself and see if it helps you with your anxiety. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first thing is there is very little kind of peer-reviewed hard science done on EFT tapping, but the science that we do have, and a lot of it is led by Dr. Peter Stapleton, so feel free to Google her if you want, right? But a lot of it shows us that at the moment there's about an 85 to 95% success rate, which is absolutely huge. Like that is mind-blowing in itself. You know, like how many pills, how many different things out there have such a high success rate? None of them. And the other thing with EFT tapping is, one, you can do it by yourself. Again, disclaimer, you know, be careful, especially if it's like a deep trauma and stuff, you don't want to do it by yourself, but you can do it by yourself a lot of the time, especially for the symptoms of anxiety. You can definitely do it by yourself. And it's very fast and effective, right? So the reason that it works is because it's connected to the amygdala. So the amygdala is that part of the brain that stores emotions and long-term memory. So it's where the fight or flight response originates. So the studies that have been done show that tapping help relax the amygdala. And I have experienced this for myself, and I've shared this very openly on here, that I used to have PTSD after a really traumatic abortion, and I was getting flashbacks and I was getting like anxiety attacks and all this kind of stuff. When I worked with an EFT practitioner one-on-one, what we did with EFT is we go through and we neutralize all the negative emotions connected to that memory. So we were able to release them, and now I can just replay that in my mind, and I'm like, okay, you know, it wasn't a pleasant experience. I'm not gaslighting myself about it, but it doesn't bring up the emotional response that it used to. And doesn't bring up the anxiety that it used to. It neutralizes it completely. So this is why I do this work, and this is why I do it for my clients, because when we're able to do tapping, we're able to connect to the right emotions, connect to the right memories, we relax the amygdala around them, we're then changing the emotional response to it or from whatever is coming up for you. And it can just be that easy. And when we're able to do that, which for some people takes a bit longer, you know, some people it takes a few sessions, but it's absolutely miraculous. I 100% stand by it. It's absolutely miraculous because I've seen it for myself. I've seen people who have struggled with trying to forgive someone for years, or struggled with shame about something for many years, and they're like, it's gone. How did it go? Like, I don't, you know, part of them doesn't even want to believe that it's gone that fast, because you've been holding on for something for so long, and we're conditioned to believe that it's going to take like 5-10 years of therapy to finally release something, and you're never really going to release it. How could something so simple to the eye help release it? And it's all to do with the amygdala, because what EFT tapping is, and we tap on the different meridians, it's really ancient science, like ancient Chinese science, that we've forgotten about, or that we've turned away from, or that we've allowed society to condition us with, like the pharmaceutical industry and things, to think that, you know, that's not real stuff. We need, you know, medical, it has to have some kind of chemical shift, all of this kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be that way. EFT tapping is absolutely incredible for anxiety, and don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. Like I say, 85-95% of the time it works. So why don't you give it a go and see if you're in that, you know, 80 to 90% of people or whatever where it does work, okay? So I will say that if you want to deal with the immediate symptoms of anxiety, tapping can be really effective, and that is where a YouTube video, that is where the tapping that we're about to do can really work. If you have something like the example that I gave you, in my case, a deep traumatic event, or, you know, like really complex trauma, or something that's been going on for a long time, I really encourage you to work with one-on-one with a practitioner, someone that you really trust and that you feel safe around, and that can hold the space for you. You know, if you want to work with me, you can book a call down below. If you want to work with someone else, like reach out to that person that you're feeling that connection with, because if it is something deeper, you probably won't get to the root of it by yourself. That's the difference. But it's still going to be worthwhile, because, you know, if you're feeling anxiety now and you tap for a few minutes and it goes down from like a 10 to a 5, like that improves the rest of your day and that improves your quality of life. So it's worth it, whether it's kind of more just for the symptoms or if you want to go to the root. Either way, it's fantastic. Okay, so let's get tapping together, and we can just do like a brief little tap, like for general anxiety, and just see how you feel. So the first thing I want you to do is just notice where you're feeling this anxiety in your body. Is it like, often it's like the heart, chest, the back of the throat. For some people, it's like the pit of the stomach. Just notice where you're feeling it. Allow it to be there for a second, and give yourself a number from 0 to 10 for how intense it is. So 0 is like, I'm not feeling anything, like I'm totally fine, no anxiety. And 10 is like really, really anxious, like the most anxious you've been, like, you know, like you can't imagine it getting any worse. Okay, so feel on a scale of 0 to 10, feel into that number. Don't think about it logically, just the first number that comes up. Keep that number, you know, write it down or whatever, just keep it so we can compare at the end, and let's get tapping. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling nervous. And I'm done feeling this way. I'm fed up. I just want to feel normal. I just want to relax. I want that anxiety to go away. Honestly, I just want it to fuck off. But I am feeling anxious, and perhaps I'm feeling it like something heavy on my chest, or the back of my throat clenching up, or maybe I'm feeling butterflies in my stomach. And it's not nice. It gets in the way of me living. And I just want to be a normal person. I don't want to have panic attacks. I don't want to have to worry about anxiety coming up. This anxiety, I can feel it in my body. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. All of this anxiety, it's exhausting. It's tiring. I don't want to feel this way. I just want to have my life back. I want to have my energy back. I want to wake up feeling good. So I accept that right now I feel anxious. There's no point denying the truth. I feel anxious. And I love, accept, and forgive myself for feeling this way. Because I know it's just a normal reaction. The way my brain processes things. As humans, we're made to always be on the lookout for danger. And that made sense, you know, back in the day where there was like tigers chasing us and stuff. And we really live in a high stress environment. So my body thinks it's normal. This anxiety is normal because the environment I'm in is creating it. So I know my body's not doing anything that it shouldn't be doing. It's just trying to keep me alive, keep me safe, avoid danger. So I love, accept, and forgive my body for doing its job. I know it's not trying to hurt me. I know this anxiety isn't trying to screw me over. But the truth is I don't need it anymore. I don't really need to feel anxious about, you know, going into a room full of new people or responding to some messages and having an uncomfortable conversation or having to do, you know, make small talk with people in the street. I don't need to feel anxious about those things. I know they're not life or death situations. So I want to let it go. I want to feel relaxed. I want to feel calm. But I've been this way for a while. it's difficult to just let go, force myself to relax. That's not really going to happen for me. So I'm going to accept this anxiety that's just trying to help me. I know it's just trying to keep me safe, and it's just doing its job. But I'm going to let it know, I'm on to you. I don't really need you anymore. So I'm going to be a little bit more aware of my triggers, of those things that I know set me off. And I'm going to tap a little bit more often. Or I'm going to observe these things and breathe. And maybe I'll still get anxious, but that's okay. I'm not going to get annoyed with myself. I'm not going to get disappointed with myself. I'm going to understand this is a natural reaction, and there's nothing wrong with me for feeling this way. I can accept myself for feeling this way. I can forgive myself. And I can love it because it's just trying to help me. But anxiety, I don't need you anymore. I'm making space to feel calmer in my life, to make decisions from joy instead of stress. I'm making space to welcome in new things. And that's why I'm here tapping. I'm choosing to shift my energy. I'm choosing to shift how I feel about things. And I'm already starting to feel a bit better. So I know the next time it comes up, I can do this again. And so it is. Put your hands on your heart, take a deep breath in. Let it all go. Let me know in the comments, please, 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 what number you started with and what number you finished with. If you noticed even like a small shift, then you can be certain that EFT tapping works for you. And the more you do it, the more possibilities you can open yourself up to. I have created a business that I love from this, and I've been able to spread this and share it and teach with so many more people, right? That any questions you have, please reach out to me because I love helping you, and I love helping you guys see that there are other ways to get where you want to go that don't always have to be just what you're told you can do, okay? And remember that if you want to learn this for yourself, I have the Tapping Authority training program. It's like an online self-paced course where you can learn all of these tools for yourself and to help your clients and to help other people, right? You can follow me on everywhere, The Vida Bonita on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, right? Take so much care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.